To use an original horn button with the G901 adapter hub, you'll need to do a little rearranging of the components in the horn button. So this is what your horn button will look like out of an original long hood 911. So the first thing you need to do is remove these 3 screws, and that will reveal underneath what's happening in the arrangement of these different components. I've already rearranged the components in this in order to make this work with the G901. When you get your horn button, you will have these fiber washers and this Bakelite insert already installed. So there's a fiber washer and there's the Bakelite insert, a little kind of a sleeve with a shoulder on it. That needs to go in from the top like that. Click that down in there, and then the fiber washer goes below like that. Underneath here we have this contact plate, and this is sitting on 3 washers. You may or may not need these. These are just 1/4-inch washers from any hardware store. You can get to kind of space this up a little bit. You may need to do a little experimenting to see how your spacing works with your wheel and your horn button, but for this one, we're using the 3 washers. So we can kind of view this disc here, this plate, as the end of the horn contact ring. So the electrical path goes from the horn contact ring here, your turn signal cancel ring rather, all the way through this wire, and then this wire connects up with this wire, and then this wire connects to this here. So this piece here will eventually contact, when you press on the horn button, this piece sits on the horn button away from this a certain distance, and then when you go like that and you make metal contact there, you complete the circuit and the horn sounds. So this needs to be spaced out from that, so when it makes contact, beep, beep, it makes the sound, makes the horn go. So in order to do that, we have to isolate this piece from this piece. And we do that by means of these fiber washers in this arrangement and the Bakelite inserts. So we'll go ahead and put this back together. So your horn button may already come pre-installed with a spade terminal, but we do include one of these in the hardware pouch in case it doesn't. So the electrical path again goes from the turn signal cancel ring up through the wire, through this wire, onto that spade terminal, and then into that screw, which passes through this without touching it metallically, into the horn button, and then by means of the thread, and because this ring is touching the horn button, this is the end of this wire. And when you touch this to the steering wheel attachment there, that's when you complete the circuit. You just go ahead and reinstall this. We also include these 2 terminals in the hardware pouch, so you do not have to source those. And then the buffer wire goes through the buffer's hole like this, and the buffer gets installed and clicked in. And then when you go ahead and install this whole arrangement in the steering wheel here, this will pass through there, and this plate is what presses on the buffer and provides the spring action. So this plate will go in there like that. And then you press that down and click it into position, and then you're ready to go.